So guys, I'm going to show you a mobility drill to stretch through the front of the hips. So these muscles tend to get really tight when we're asleep, when you're sat at a desk for a lot of hours each day, when you drive a lot. Tight hips can lead to problems, especially if you're kind of endurance runner. You need the hip mobility if you're going to squat and do lunges, those sort of movements. So I'm going to show you the routine on one side of my body, so you can do it on both sides. So what you need is a step. I'm going to use a power plate, which is a vibrating platform, but if you haven't got access to one that vibrates, then don't worry, just use any step. You're going to get a much deeper stretch the higher up the step, so work on a level that's kind of, you feel it stretching but not too much. So I'm just going to start my plate. So first thing I'm going to do, take a step onto the plate. I'm stretching my back leg, and all I'm going to do is drive my hips forward and back. So my back heel's down on the floor. I've got hold of my hip bones, so I can just guide the movement. Think about your belly button just moving forward towards that front knee. So now I'm going to take my belly button forward, and second movement I'm going to go side to side with the hips. It's good to hold on to the hip bones as you do this to make sure that it is actually the movement in the hips and you're not just standing there kind of leading side to side, but there is no movement then occurring at the pelvis. And then third movement, I'm going to steer the hips. So it's quite a subtle movement. I'm not getting massive amounts of rotation, particularly if I've got my back heel on the floor, my toes pointing forward. But I'm just steering whatever I've got there. Second half of the movement, we're going to go reach back with the hands. So fingers towards the ceiling, lift the rib cage up. So I've got a bit of extension through the hips, and I'm going to go side to side. And then I'm going to go rotation, so I'm going to drive my hips. Now if you're a runner, good thing to do is to fix the head forward. If you just want a bit more mobility, then rotate. Second half, so I'm going to put my back leg onto the step now. I'm going to go through the same drill, so I'm going to go forward and back. The belly button's moving forward. Add a little bit more speed into this. I'm going to go side to side with the hips. So a good stretch, particularly when I go this way here. And then I'm going to add some rotation. And then I'm going to add the arm drivers in. So first one was up, forward and back. Overhead. Also side to side, but arms overhead. And then rotation again. Whilst that knee's loaded. And then when you finish, what I want you to do is just get off and walk. You call it the Boing effect, because what you'll feel is in the leg that you've stretched, that leg's kind of boinging you forward. Now what you don't want is just to leave it on one side, because what will happen is you'll end up just walking in circles all day. So make sure you stretch both sides. Remember, hips go forward and back, side to side, rotation. Arms go forward and back, side to side, and rotation, with your front foot elevated and then your back foot elevated. So that's your two movements on both sides. Give it a try, let me know how you get on.